Ditch or date? Look, if you guys are dating somebody right now and you're like, is this like a break-upable offense, or should I continue to date this person? And you want our opinion and Bert Show fam opinion, hit us up at thebertshow.com. This is the first time I've seen this. It's kind of like reverse of what we've seen. How many dudes have we had and said, oh my God, I saw her Pinterest board, or I saw a folder that she had in her drawer and it was said future wedding. I wasn't even part of it. And the thing is like 6 inches thick. Should I run? This is the other way around. It's a dude that's really into getting married and she's freaked out about it. I know that if I could turn to anyone for some honest and blunt options, the email says it would be my Bert Show buddies.
We got plenty of opinions to throw at you, girl.
So be blunt with me and tell me if this is a really weird red flag or totally normal, and I'm weird for thinking anything of it. So I'm dating a guy. Let's call him Chris. We've only been dating for a few weeks. I like him, but it hasn't been long enough that my world will fall apart if this doesn't work out. That said, up until this one thing, I've had every reason to think this could have potential for something long term. I also fully admit that there is irony in the fact that I'm thinking long term when combined with my concern over this red flag. So, like everyone does, I did a pretty deep dive on social media when we first started dating. I found nothing strange, odd, or alarming. Everything I saw on social media seemed to match the person I went out with. We've also gotten to know each other over the last few weeks. I know he just graduated from grad school. I know he likes to travel and would like to travel even more, but also knows it'll be difficult while building his career. I also know that he has only had 2 long-term relationships, and the most recent one ended several years ago. Well, a few nights ago, I was on Pinterest, and it crossed my mind to see if he had a Pinterest page. I searched his name and found one. There are 2 guys on Pinterest.
You and him?
Me and him. A lot of what I saw wasn't weird. He had a board about dogs, several about travel, few about his career, etc. However, the weird one was that he had a board for wedding ideas. The title of the board was I Do Day, ... one day. It honestly looked like the same kind of board my best friend made right before she got engaged. It was all ideas and a wedding. I tried to see if it was maybe a shared board with someone else, like maybe it was a shared board with his past relationship. However, the board didn't seem to be shared with anyone. So is this weird? I mean, I want to get married someday, but for some reason, this seems odd to me. I don't even have a wedding Pinterest board. It seems even weirder for a guy to have one. Is it weird or totally normal? Do other guys have these but are smart enough to make these boards private? Should I ask them about it, or does that make me look weird for stalking them online? Thanks for the input, Courtney. 1-855-BERT-SHOW. I think we can all assume now that everybody stalks each other online when you first start going out, right?
I think going to Pinterest is actually a deeper dive
deep dive
than I ever would do. I am, I'm not going to say shocked. I'm not shocked, but I have boards on Pinterest, and there are definitely some that are private just because if I'm throwing a party, I don't want, all my ideas out there before the party happens because I'm weird like that. But I don't think this is a deal breaker by any means. And like my brother was more into the wedding planning process than his wife was. So there's definitely guys out there who are more involved and even might consider themselves groomzillas. But I don't think this is a red flag.
I don't think so either. I think it's kind of sweet, actually.
In a way, yeah.
So I don't know if Pinterest still works this way, but like when people have been planning their weddings and like, let's say I'm a bridesmaid and they want me to be privy to all the information, they will make a board and it could be called I Do Day, ... one day. And then they invite me to it. It ends up showing up on my official page. So I've got all the boards I've created, and then I've got the ones like I've been invited to, but it just shows up and kind of looks like another board I created. So I'm like, what if he was just invited to someone else's, accept it to be in the know, and now it's showing up on his main page, and it just kind of looks like, but then when you open it, it says like created by Bethany.
Well, let's just assume it's his. I mean, because that's really what the debate is. So let's just assume it is. Is it that weird? I mean,
I don't think
look,
so.
based on a lot of the calls we get, it could be way worse. I mean, OnlyFans emails now. So if this is the only thing you got to kind of like wade your way through, I think you're okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird. I think it's unique. I don't know if it's very common amongst men to have one, but if that's his thing, that's his thing. I don't see why it would be a big deal at all. If anything, I just ask him about it, but I don't see it as like a red flag or a deal breaker.
It's the prime time right now for you to be like a badge of honor if we get no phone calls. Any dudes out there listening who have a wedding Pinterest board.
Yeah, 1-855-BERT show. We won't wait too long for you guys to call.
We don't have a lot of faith that you exist.
Right.
I wasn't weirded out when the girl had the binder under the bathroom sink, like of her wedding. I wasn't. The only thing that weirded me out is like, okay, we're in a digital age. Stop wasting trees. Like, make it a Pinterest board, which he did. So I have no qualms with this guy.
The Bert Show.